Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we have ourselves some Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3 news to talk about involving the Summertime 2025 Ninjago sets, releasing in June 2025 or August 2025 potentially. Either way, this set list has been making the rounds online over the past few weeks or so. Now again, as I've said in many videos talking about this set list, this list is subject to change. Certain titles may change, sets may be added or delayed, but as of right now, this is the set list. We have also been dreading what exactly the prices or the piece counts will be for these upcoming Summer 2025 Ninjago sets for Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 2. Well, we have had listings online, not US prices, but just prices online for these new sets, and they did not look all that great. Well, now we actually have what are allegedly the US prices and, of course, the proper piece counts for this new line of Summer 2025 sets. And I would like to just spend today's video talking about some of these prices because a lot of them are rather scary. And yeah, I'm not thrilled with some of these, and I just figured that could be the video for right now. With that being said, we do not have any images regarding these sets, so of course my opinions might always change when I see the final images of these sets. As of right now, we don't have any pictures whatsoever. All we have are the listings. So let's talk about the prices, the piece counts, and what exactly my opinions on them are. Starting with set number 71838, Kai's Motorcycle Racer. Apparently this will be a small set, 79 pieces, retailing in the US for $9.99. Makes sense, just one of those tiny ninja vehicles. We've seen a million of them before. $10 sounds fair to me, just given the piece count and what the set will more likely than not end up being. Then we have set number 71839, Aaron Spinjitzu mech, which will apparently be 213 pieces, retailing for $20, $19.99. Makes sense there, sounds right on the money. Can't be too mad about that one. Then we have set number 71840, Rogue versus Drix Race Car Battle, 111 pieces, also for $20. It is worth mentioning that this one is a 4+ Juniors set, so naturally it's going to be a little bit overpriced, mainly because those sets utilize a lot of larger pieces, and this will just be, again, a small race battle thing featuring Rogue and Drix, so Jay and Drix of the Forbidden 5. Might be a little 2-pack with a couple of race cars. Whatever, probably not going to bother with that one. Then we have set number 71842, Rontu the Master Dragon, 381 pieces for $44.99. Now, for one, I love that we are finally getting a Rontu set. We've been asking for that for a very long time, and I'm glad that they are actually giving us a Rontu set to go along with the Egalt set that we got earlier this year for 2024. And just pulling up the Egalt set really quick just so we can compare, that set had 532 pieces and retailed for $70. So this one, like Egalt, is a little bit overpriced for what we are getting. Then again, we can assume that the Rontu set will have a large dragon head mold and possibly some large wings as well, kind of justifying that price. It's not as bad as the Egalt set was, in my opinion. Also, with that Egalt set, we did have 5 minifigures and a little side build. Not really sure if all of these parts from the Rontu set are going to go into the Rontu build. I would hope so, because if not, Rontu will be a fair bit smaller than Egalt. Then again, in Dragons Rising, the show, Rontu is kind of tall and a little bit skinnier compared to Egalt, so maybe the set will translate to less pieces being used for the actual dragon. And as always, you know, these prices and piece counts are subject to change. These are just early listings, so I don't want to spend too much time investing my, I guess, final thoughts into this piece count and price. But still, I would expect Rontu, at least in terms of the set, to be a little bit smaller than the Egalt set. Moving on, we have set number 71843, Rogue's Mech Dragon, so a mech for Rogue, aka Jay. 584 pieces, $69.99, $70 for this guy. Obviously, the piece count is a little bit low. Then again, it's a dragon, so we will probably have a large wingspan, a large head mold. We always got to remember that when we are talking about Ninjago dragons, because usually that jacks up the price a little bit. Not sure if it needs to be $70 though. Again, I haven't seen images. There are no pictures for these sets, but I would have loved to have seen maybe 60 for this one, maybe even 65 at most. The next one though scares me a lot. Set number 71844, the Ninja Combat Vehicle, 561 pieces for $90, $89.99. Where have I seen that before? What does this remind you of? To me, I am getting flashbacks to this set right here, the Ninja Team Combo Vehicle from Dragon's Rising Season 2, at a similar piece count and a similar price. The price is exactly the same. They are asking $90 right now for this guy. Spoiler alert, this is not worth the $90. There's a reason why I haven't bought this set and why I will not buy this set. The Ninja Combat Vehicle, I will also probably not buy. Here's hoping that it doesn't have any minifigures that are exclusive, because then I might need to buy it. But as it stands, I don't think this set is going to be worth the $90 because, again, 561 pieces reminds me a lot of this set. Again, very similar piece count, even less pieces on the new one for the same price. Seriously? This one scares me quite a bit. Again, I can't say for sure until I see pictures, but as of right now, just sitting here looking at this listing, that scares me. That does not feel good to me. And it's giving me flashbacks to one of the worst Ninjago sets, in my opinion, ever. So, not really looking forward to this Ninja Combat Vehicle. Maybe it'll be worth the price. Probably not, who's to say. Moving on, we have set number 71845, Lloyd's Transforming Mech Jet, 1,112 pieces for $100. That feels good to me. That feels fine, especially if it's over 1,000 pieces. Even over 1,100 pieces, $100 feels okay to me. Plus, it's a transforming mech jet, so presumably it'll have some type of transforming feature, possibly justifying the price even more so, and it does have a lot of pieces, so looking forward to that. Really think this one's going to have good value when we eventually do get this set. Again, the pictures might change my mind, but I have a good feeling about this one. The exact opposite to what I have regarding the Ninja Combat Vehicle. That set and its listing gave me a bad feeling. The Lloyd Transforming Mech Jet gives me a good feeling. Then we get into set number 71846, the Fire Knight Mech, 996 pieces retailing for $120 US. It's also listed as a 14 plus set, which is also interesting because the previous large Ninjago mech, the Cole's Titan Dragon mech from Dragon's Rising Season 2 Part 2, was a 12 plus, meaning that this one is probably going to be even more complex despite having less pieces than the Cole's Titan mech, but costing a little bit more. Because Cole's Titan Dragon mech clocked in at 1,055 pieces, but retailed for $100. This guy is going to be a little bit more complicated, it seems, while having less pieces and also being more expensive. Not sure how that's going to work, but again, these are early listings, always subject to change. I will say, though, it could also be using larger pieces. I guess only time will tell. Still, this could very well be a Kai Titan mech, kind of, sort of. I think that would be awesome. Maybe even like a large Wildfire mech. Can you imagine? That'd be cool. Then we have set number 71847, Guardian Dragon and Temple. 1,650 pieces, retailing for $150, also listed as a 14 plus set. Now this one is interesting because we've talked about how this is also labeled as a diorama in some listings depending on where you look. Now that could mean that this is some type of small scale like collector's diorama set, but for Ninjago. There have been rumors that this will be a Fire Temple set in celebration of Ninjago's upcoming 15th anniversary, despite the 15th anniversary not starting until 2026, so I'm not sure why this set would be here. But then again, this set could always get delayed by a few months. Still, a lot of pieces on this one. Even if it doesn't end up being some type of diorama set, it will be a fairly large set, and for $150, I think that is priced fairly. It is also listed as a 14 plus set. This could also be some type of Source Dragon, for all that we know. Considering that it is at a similar price point to the previous Source Dragon, it's just not called a Source Dragon yet. But again, these listings are always subject to change, like I've been saying, so who knows what this set is going to be, but either way, I do think the piece count and the price That sounds fair to me just right away. And then finally, we have set number 71848, the Temple Bounty, 2,387 pieces for $200, a $200 bounty set. We do have rumors as well that this set will be an evil Forbidden 5 bounty. I think that sounds exciting, but still the price and piece count, that seems fair. 2,387 pieces for $200. Again, that seems fair to me. Also a 14 plus set. Quite a few 14 plus sets this wave. So apparently this wave, especially for the more expensive sets, will be fairly complex. So I'm curious to see what all of that looks like. But still, I think that price for the Temple Bounty makes sense to me. Now, with all of that being said, if you add up all of the prices of this wave, we are still looking at that $820 price point overall for the entire wave. That has not changed. That is still the general price that we can expect for this wave here, which in my opinion is a little bit scary, especially considering that with the other two waves, if you wanted to buy every single set for Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3 for the year of 2025, again, you are looking at a grand total of about $1,500, give or take. Still a very expensive wave, all things considered. All I can hope for is that a lot of the more expensive sets do justify their prices. Some of the sets, like I said, do seem a little bit scary in terms of their prices, but overall, we are still looking at that $820 price. So do with that information what you will. Going to be a very expensive year for Ninjago overall. But of course, I will be reserving all judgment until we see the actual set images for this upcoming summertime wave. We are still a long ways away from seeing those pictures. If these sets will be releasing on June 1st, we might not see images until May of 2025. So keep that in mind. We are still several months out from seeing pictures. But as of right now, just given what we see from these prices, piece counts, and everything in between, what are you guys thinking about this new wave? Do you think this new wave is fair in its prices? Why or why not? And which sets sound the most intriguing to you? Leave all of your thoughts down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.